Well, very good morning. It's what day is it, Annie? Yes, it's the 7th of January 2024, and well, you can see I'm in Glen Almond. I'm sure you must recognise it. It's not long after 10:30. I set off a bit earlier today. The temperature's lifted a couple of degrees since certainly since I defrosted the motor car, which took a little while. But anyway, I'm going back to Coire Cruinn. So I'm retracing a lot of my own steps from the 1st of January. I was up here last Monday, and then I'm going to skirt along further, and then we're going to head southwards right up into the quarry. Fingers crossed. When there's a rise in the temperatures at this time of year, sometimes depending on the wind flow, it can bring snow. But at the moment, I think we're all right, Annie. Very wintry kind of scene, but it's absolutely brilliant clarity of air. So visibility should be good. But not only that, it's very good for walking in this sort of stuff. Once you build up the resistance to the cold, of course, it's very numbing on the fingers, you see. Alright, so this terrain that I have to come through, which I experienced just there a few days ago, the waters have receded slightly, but it is tricky, and it's probably the worst part of this until we get up high. There's no way around it. There's no bridge, and the water's still too deep to ford it safely just now. I wanted to show you because coming through here in the late spring or in the summer months, it's just not on. It's just a total quagmire, and all the leaf is down, you know, in bloom, and the amount of insects and stuff is just unbearable. So it's best avoided. But on a winter's day, there's no insects, and it's just a case of watching your feet. I've got my big staff today, the tall one. I've got my other boots on, and I've got my gaiters on as well. A further thing I've decided to do, just in case I encounter any ice today, which I suspect I will, but this is an old trick my granny showed me. She was a wonderful woman for tricks. But I was telling her I was having problems with on my paper round. I kept slipping all over the damn place and falling on my behind in the icy conditions. So she cut the end off a sock, two socks, a pair of socks. These are not the same ones, I have to say. But anyway, she says put that on top of your feet, Andrew. Put that on top of your boots or your shoes, Andrew, and you won't slip again. And lo and behold, it's the truth, I didn't slip again on my paper round. I mean, I didn't use them every day, of course, I only used them in icy conditions, but certainly these tricks are all worth knowing. But anyway, I'm not here to chat too much just now. I will pick you up when we stop for coffee some way out. I'll probably go for about, what, a good 1.5 miles, 2 miles before we pick up camera again, alright? Alright, I didn't get very far without putting my camera on, I'm afraid, but I just wanted to show you the kind of conditions that you've got to make your way through. And we're now out of that. It only lasts for a few hundred metres, but it's quite difficult going. So over this piece of land, and then we'll strike out on the much easier fields and get right out. Yeah, it's a good mile and a half, Andy. The forecast is not accurate, not really. It's a little bit milder than what they stated. It said potentially down to -8 last night. Well, I think it was to start with, but it's not too bad here just now. In fact, it's most enjoyable. Alright, so we've done a bit of walking, and that's Coire Cruinn up in the belly of the mountains up there, which I wanted to go to. And the peak at the back, that's the summit of Mildew. And when I went up on Monday on Crieff, I went through the cliffs. I only had about, what, maybe 100 metres or more. No, about 70 metres from the quarry edge, and I could have continued, but I bottled out, didn't I, in some respect. So a fabulous day. So what I might do, I'm going to stop for coffee here. I didn't realise there's an old shieling at this side, but there we go. Well, I've probably passed it, but never really took note. It's funny how you get older, you start taking note of more things. But so what I was thinking of doing was actually going up the periphery edge there, rather than follow the stream completely. It looks rather steep in parts, but I wonder any. No, we just decided, we looked at the map and we said we'd follow the stream up, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're in no rush. Let's get a coffee sorted out, Annie, and enjoy the day. Yes. Okay, so I'm just about to commence my ascent up to the Coire. I've delayered slightly. I don't want to be too hot and bothered on the climb up. That's definitely a bit of a change about, isn't there? Okay, so we'll make tracks, Annie, and we'll see how we do for time as we get up to the skyline there. I don't think I mentioned, but that's Dalmore Crag there. I've been on the back, but not, I haven't peeked over into Glen Almond from the top there. And that's Milreamer, of course, a big lofty lump in the mountain, lump in the ground there. And Connaught Castle's the one at the back. Yep. So keep going, Annie. Might get a sprinkling of snow actually. So that's where I was on the 1st of January. Just didn't quite make the top of the lip there, but not to worry. I'm sure this is called, I might be mistaken, is it this one or the one past? No, it's the one past. Coire Cruinn, Crieff, Mildew, and up and into Cruinn. It's quite, I'll show you what I mean when I get just over into here. It's a bit of a lost valley up here. So that wasn't bad. Out of breath, but 35 minutes up from the valley floor there. And it's just after, well, it's 20 past 12 now. Yeah, it's not 10 to 2. So I checked just to see the sun's at its highest of the day, and it's not reached over the summits. There's more snow, I'm sure, because there's no way that this lot in here would have such little snow in January. But, this is magnificent. As I say, it's like a very peaceful place, and I'm quite sure that Oisin and the Fingal's men, this is probably where they camped out, up at the back there, away from all prying eyes. Even the smoke of a fire would not have been seen anywhere. So it's wild country, and it's lovely, and I adore it. So as I say, we'll do, it's quite a big area, quite a lot of small summits, but the true summit's up the back there, which looks down onto Strathern and across to, well, right across to the Forth Valley and out towards Fife. So what we'll do, we'll get ourselves over to the rock at the back and we'll have a coffee and just enjoy a moment of how we've managed up here. So thank you just now. I'll tramp through the heather. When I was up the last few days, that whole horizon was filled with deer, so I don't know where they are. I seen the gamekeeper. I didn't take a photograph. I might have got him his Land Rover, but he certainly came along and stopped, and I think he had his telescope out. He probably thought this was a gun. Somebody's probably said, I think somebody's gone up there poaching. I'm sure they're carrying a gun, but so he's probably come out and checked and saw, no, it's a walking stick. It's quite good that in the glens they keep a report on who's passing through. I don't mind it at all. I find it reassuring, to be honest, because somebody, like, if anything happens to me today and the news broke, that gamekeeper will say, I saw him get up into Coire Cruinn, so they've got a good starting point for me. I think the most important thing to say is that bread I bought from that baker's and calendar is absolute shite. Granary bread, it's I don't know whether it's because there's no butter on it. I didn't put any butter, I just put on cold bacon. The bacon was alright, but the bread was shite. And I think I bought bread from that shop before, and I think I was disappointed the first time. I don't know why I went back. I must have had definitely had a lapse in my mind control in calendar the other day ago. I have to say, there's so many odd things happened. But I've moved on from where I was. It was particularly cold standing there, so I've had to get moving. I put my gloves and stuff back on. And what we're doing, just to let you know, is we're going on to the opposite side here. Just taking round and traverse over this onto that top ridge there, and then we'll head slightly west, and the idea is to come down into the next quarry, if it's safe to do so, that is, and hopefully try and get the bridge. There's a bridge near Connaught, which I'm rather hoping I can get across without any issues with the dogs that surround it today. So that's my plan. So we better crack on, because it's afternoon now, so the lights will start to dissipate hour by hour. So you might be able to see people way down the pathway. Can you see them? I think they saw me actually. I think they looked up and saw something movement for me coming up the slopes. Right, Andrew, let's get cracking. A long way to go, sir. I don't want to bore you with all the hill names again, so I'm going to leave you in peace. And I'll just say this is where I wanted to be. There's a deer fence I'll be crossing, which will take me down into the over there is Auchnafree Hill, and Thief's Cave is over that direction, and you can skirt on to Stonefield Hill or through to the Blue Crags. Eventually, not immediately. So we're quite a bit out now. The bridge for Connaught is quite a bit out too, it's a couple of miles, and this is all good stuff. It's been a long way up, of course, from the valley, and what I did was I followed the stream water as best I could, and I got into the base of Coire Cruinn down there, and I've made my way up the slopes here, but not right up to the top. Fabulous. Absolutely. So what I'm going to do here, which I didn't do down the bottom, is take a sip of coffee. Yes, when I say down the bottom, I meant down when I had my bacon with that terrible bread. It tasted like, let me think, there used to be a glue called Galoy. It's called Galoy. I used to get it in primary school. A clear bottle, a red top. And it was a fantastic glue when we're making Christmas cards and any sort of art and creative work. We always had Galoy on the desk. It used to get bloody everywhere. And in fact, I think, as I recall, being mischievous with my chums, we used to put some glitter, some glue on someone's elbow and put and then throw glitter at them, just for a bit of a chuckle. I didn't misbehave much in school, to be honest. Not until I reached high school, at least. And then everybody misbehaved, so you had to join part of the crew. Otherwise you got bullied for not joining in the fun. And as a result, my education took a bit of a hammering. Although I still managed to get my chemistry all grades, my geography and English and arithmetic and food and nutrition. Yes, I've done all right. I didn't take mathematics, I didn't like it. I didn't like anything to do with algebra or anything that sort of nonsense. Geometry, I didn't like it. It had nothing to do with me. It still doesn't excite me. Although I quite like reading about trigonometry in my spare time. And applied physics, I quite like that. Alright, so I've had my binoculars out and just to check down at that the tree line there, on the opposite bank there's a Land Rover sitting, and that's where the bridge is. There's also one further along, but that's the one I need to do. So I've got a lot of scrambling, a lot of cross country. Either that, it's going back exactly the same way I came, and I don't want to do that, so off we go, Annie. And anyone who looks at my vlogs will know that I'm up here. I know this territory, and I think I said that this is the Coire Cruinn, but it's that one through there, and it's not, well, Thief's Cave's over that way, and what do you call it, Annie? Kirk of the Grove. Kirk of the Green, which I've been many times. I must go back soon. Okay, so let's hammer on, Annie. Got a lot to do before we get back to the car. Okay, so we've come down quite a distance now through the hard-packed snow. I'll show you when we get over there where I come down. Meanwhile, I'll just taking my way over that scrubland, a couple of streams to cross, and then we'll follow the track out for about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, and then we'll cross the Almond and then return on the main track, which will suit me better, just the way it is today. But I got a feeling, my bones is telling me snow is in the air for sure. There's definitely snow coming this week. I can almost put money on it. In fact, I will put money on it. So we've come from the top away at the back, and I'm making my way around over this stream and across. Still got a wee bit to go before we reach that bridge. The bridge over the River Almond. It's taking a long time to appear. Never mind, keep going, Annie. So I have to say, I'm thoroughly enjoying my walk. I've come down, I had to disturb a few sheep over there, but otherwise it's been a straightforward descent from the top above Coire Cruinn to the west here, so this is all very good. Not far now, Annie, and the River Almond's just over here, you see it's in there, but I'm following this sort of track now, and it's a Land Rover track that goes up the hill there, see? We'll follow this one, and this will take me around to the bridge that I've been talking about so often. It's been thoroughly decent. The temperature has held up really well. The cloud cover came in, and it doesn't feel at all cold today. I'm really enjoying myself. I mean, when I say enjoy myself, I'm absolutely over the moon that I just got up that little bit earlier, didn't bugger about with wash machines or, you know, cleaning anything or anything. You know, I just got out the door and straight out the door after breakfast. Well, I completely forgot about this stream, so I've now got wet feet. Soaking feet actually. But, spongy sodden water inside. There's a Land Rover up here. That's the way I've come down from up there. Well, yes, I didn't expect to get wet feet there, but the water's too deep to do anything about it, and the rocks are too slippy to come across that other way. But anyway, that's just one of the hazards of being out. I don't think I've got the spare socks. The only socks I've got are the ones that were cut. Granny's experiment. Anyway, that's the bridge we're needing, so let's march on around either. So here we are at the bridge, which I've been looking forward to. Actually, despite having the wet feet, they're not actually chilled. I think I actually feel quite refreshed with the cold, wet feet. But it's never a good idea to not carry spare socks. I've probably got some in the side pocket actually. When I stop for my coffee, I'll have a check. I usually carry socks, just for emergencies, you know. So that's not bad. Come from the top of that and then all the way down, all the way across all the moorland. And as I say, at the final hurdle I had to go in the water. But with me walking on, there's a bit of squelching, but I'm alright. This means my boots will take longer to dry out, that's all. It can't be helped.